Alright guys, so I've zoomed way in here. This is going to be the lesson of how to do the railroad track itself. The place that the train actually has its wheels that it rides on. Okay, we just showed you how to do this stuff with the railroad spikes, and now we're going to go back into this. So I'm going to grab my ebony pencil because we're going to be making really dark values here. What you have to realize is that you have this part here. This is the top part of the railroad track. This is where the wheel sits. This is actually the side. And because that's just a drastic, flat here, this is where the wheel sits. And then down here that's the side part of the track. That's going to be very dark. Not a lot of light gets down there. And so you're going to start off by just making that very dark. As dark as you can, darker than anything else that's on there that we've put down on the paper so far. And you can go all the way back if you like in the drawing. I'm just going to stay here. Okay, so again, you see that separation between this value and this value. That makes it so you can tell, okay, this is where the track is, this is where the railroad spike is. And you can kind of blend it in a little bit more. Again, maybe it's casting a little bit of a shadow, so the closer you get to this, the darker it's going to be. Maybe you can do a shadow all the way back. Alright, so now the top part is the metal part of, like the shiny part of the railroad track. So here's how we're going to do that. We're not just going to leave it white like that. That looks weird. Instead, I'm going to take a dark line and I'm going to go all the way back like this. I'm going to try to make this look more metallic. Like it's shiny. There's lots of different ways you could do this, but I just want to show you this particular technique. Okay, so you have this dark value, kind of rides up the track, and then it's like a reflection. Now we are going to take our eraser. Let's get a clean eraser. There we go. I'm going to erase back into this. What that does is it kind of creates like a soft look. See how it looks kind of shiny when you erase back into it like that? What really makes it though is when the rest of the space around it is dark like it should be. Now it really sticks out as like something that's lighter than anything else around it. Maybe we even take it back into this. See how that works? This is the real drawing. You can see how that looks like a shiny top of the track. Same thing here. That's just how you do it. It's pretty simple, actually. And you may need to go back in and just kind of add some little details. Work from the drawing that I did though. The ones that I did, just kind of try to copy what you see there. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along, so it might not be perfect, but draw from the one that I'm using. that I gave you. Right? Now, because it's going back in space again, I'm just going to erase that part away. There you go. So that looks like a three-dimensional track there. And as you go back in space, you're not even going to see the track because it's so thin, you know, you won't be able to notice. But that's that technique. So let's move on to the next thing. I'm going to get all these tracks done, and we'll move on to the next technique.